Heroic leaders don't have to know everything. As a matter of fact, heroic leaders are the ones that ask others for their input because they realize in order for their team to be engaged or the people around them and to have access to the most ideas as possible, you got to ask. When I was a leader, I'd say a younger leader in the military, I thought I had to have all the answers. I thought that I had to be the resource where soldiers had to come to me for all the answers. And I didn't realize until I was out of the military that actually, if I asked for their input first and helped guide the discussion, and it was their idea that started it all, that gave them greater confidence. That enabled them to feel like they were bought in, like they were a part of the process. And they actually trusted and respected me more rather than the one just giving orders or just telling them the answers, even if the answers were correct that I was giving them. This works for people of any age, but particularly when you're younger, there can be a pressure to feel like you've got to know everything. And that's just not possible. As a matter of fact, the older that I get, the more that I realize there's nobody that knows everything. I know more than I did in my 30s, that's true, and definitely more than in my 20s, but I still don't know everything. One of the signs of heroic leaders is that they engage those around them and ask for their input and their ideas. I was having a conversation with an experienced business person, and he said, humorously, he said, if you want to know who the smartest person in the room is, just ask them. They'll tell you. But if you want to know who the wisest person is, you have to ask them questions to find out what they know. People that have wisdom and have things to share, there are people all around you that are quiet, but they're watching everything. They're observing everything. If you can engage those people and ask for their input and ideas and feedback, you will gain a trusted friend and colleague because they're ready to share, but they often don't feel like it's worth the risk of someone else who speaks louder with their idea being heard instead of theirs. So ask for others' input, especially the ones that you see are very observant. And I guarantee you, you will have more engagement and more impact than you realize. And that has nothing to do with age. It has everything to do with intent. Be an intentional heroic leader who engages others. It's a great way to be a heroic leader.